everyone, welcome back. In today's video I'm going to be doing a collaboration video with Matthew's Guyanese Cooking, and we're going to be sharing kurma for you guys. And I'm going to be sharing the Trini version of kurma. He's going to be sharing the Guyanese version, which is called Mithai. So I'm really excited to see his Mithai recipe, and I hope you guys enjoy this collaboration video. Go check out Matthew's channel if you haven't already. Subscribe to him, show him some love. He's a great guy. He loves cooking. He reminds me of myself. We're both in school. We have a love for food. We like posting videos. So I really recommend you go check him out. He has some great Guyanese recipes. If you want to learn some Guyanese recipes, he's the guy to go check out. So go check out his channel. And this kurma recipe was given to me by my auntie Sandra a long time ago. She makes the best flaky, crunchy, crispy kurmas you could ever think about. So thanks to my auntie for sharing this recipe with me. I actually have a video that I did previously, but the audio was bad, so I'm trying to redo most of those videos that I filmed way back when I just started, because I was using my phone and the audio is really bad. So I'm going to recreate this recipe with Matthew, and I hope you guys enjoy both of our videos. Keep watching if you want to see the recipe. So here's what you'll need to make the kurma recipe. I have some butter here, and I like to use Kerrygold. This one is the salted one. If you're doing this for prayers, use unsalted and don't add any salt to this mixture whatsoever. Some flour, some white sugar that we're going to use to make the Paag or the sugar syrup, some grated ginger, and this is optional because I know not everyone loves ginger like I do. So I have about 3 tablespoons of ginger here that I just peeled and grated really finely. I have some ground cinnamon, some cold evaporated milk. In my last video I said carnation milk because every evaporated milk in Trinidad we just call it carnation milk because apparently that was the only brand they had at one time. So they always referred to evaporated milk as carnation milk. And lastly, I have some cold condensed milk. This is optional. You can substitute this for any type of sweetener that you want. You can use an artificial sweetener. You can use a little bit of sugar. So if you omit this, you can add honey or whatever type of sweetener you want to use. So to make the dough now, you're going to add your butter to your flour. And I just have my butter sitting outside, so it's at room temperature. It's not too soft and it's not too hard. It's just in between. So what you're going to do is use your hands and rub the butter and the flour together to form a very grainy consistency. So the consistency you want is kind of like breadcrumbs. So this is the motion you're gonna do. You're just gonna rub it through your hands. So you're rubbing the butter and the flour together. So once the butter is fully incorporated into that flour mixture, add your cinnamon and your sweetened condensed milk. We're gonna add the evaporated milk last because that's our binding agent. So if you don't want to use the evaporated milk, you could use whole milk. You could use coconut milk, which will give the kurma a very nutty flavor. So you're gonna get a nice coconut flavored kurma. And in place of the evaporated milk, you could also use just plain water if you don't want too much of a rich flavor. Now you're gonna add half of the ginger. The next half we're going to use in the sugar syrup or the Paag. So you could use one hand for this one, because what we want to form is a nice smooth dough ball. Now you're slowly going to add your cold evaporated milk to form a dough. So once your dough has pulled together nicely like this, what I like to do is put it in the fridge for like 10 minutes just to let it cool down and to let that butter harden up a little more, because while we're working with it, our body heat is going to melt the butter. So just put it in the fridge, let it chill out for a few minutes, and then in the meantime put up your oil to heat up. And you're going to put up your oil to about medium heat because we don't want this to cook on too much of a high heat, because then it'll over brown on the outside and it's not going to cook completely on the inside. So just go ahead and put this in the fridge, put up your oil to heat up, and then I'll check you guys back when we're ready to fry the kurmas. So once your dough is nice and chilled, now what you want to do is roll it out like if you're making roti. So you're going to roll it to the thickness of the kurma that you want. I like to just neaten up the ends Then we'll work with those after. You can roll them back and make more kurma with that. Now what you want to do is cut them into thin strips. So you cut them how thin or how thick you want it. You can also make them bite-sized. Like, you can check out my last video how I did it. I actually showed some more stuff that you can do. You can also roll it out, put it on the tower to cook first, so you can maintain the shape of the kurma, because sometimes when you put it in that hot oil it changes shape. So you can just cook it up on the tower first, just let the outside cook and become firm, so when you drop it in the hot oil it keeps its shape. So this is the thickness that I want, and my oil is nice and hot, so I'm gonna drop these in. So these are gonna fry until they become nice and golden brown on the outside and crispy. And what you want to do is keep turning them because you want them to have an even brown color. So you see what I said about it changing shape sometimes in the oil? I just saw one of them that changed shape. This is the one. So the kurmas have this lovely light golden brown color. So this is how I like it, and it's been 5 minutes frying on medium heat. So they seem like they're perfectly cooked because you can tell that they're nice and crispy on the outside. So what I'm going to do now is take them out and place them onto a plate lined with some paper towels to drain that excess oil. And then I'm going to finish frying the rest of the kurmas. So to a pot with some water, you're going to add your white sugar in. And you just want that to dissolve in there. So this is how we're gonna make the paag, or the sugar syrup, to coat the kurmas. You also want to add that ginger. You can add some cinnamon and some elaichi if you want. I prefer to have the cinnamon flavor inside the kurma. So after a couple minutes, you'll notice that the sugar is gonna start to form a lot of bubbles. So this is ready now. I just want to show you guys, because a lot of people have problems with the sugar syrup. You'll see all the bubbles starting to form at the top. When you drop it, you'll notice it's going to drop kind of slow like a syrup. And when you touch the back of the spoon, it's going to be quite sticky. So if you notice, it's a very thick syrup. So all I'm going to do now is pour it over the kurma, and you're just going to keep stirring it so that it evenly coats all the kurmas. So you're just going to keep turning until it starts to crystallize on the outside of the kurma. You have to put a lot of arm strength into it, so if you could get somebody to help you out, that would be good. So this is how the kurma looks when it's evenly coated with that crystallized sugar. That's why I don't like to let my paag or my sugar syrup get too thick, because when it gets too thick and you pour it in there, it doesn't get to grab onto all the pieces of the kurma. It just kind of clumps up. So the sugar is evenly distributed now. It's still a bit warm, so you don't want to package it right away or put it away like in a Ziploc bag. Leave it to dry, because when it's warm it's going to be easy to break. So just leave them to dry and then you can serve them. So I hope you guys enjoyed the kurma recipe. Be sure to leave me all your comments down below. Go check out Matthew's recipe. I'll have it linked in the description box below, as well as the cards above. So go check out his recipe. I'm really eager to see how he does his kurma, or his mithai I should say. Big up to my auntie Sandra, who shared this recipe with me a long time ago. She makes the most perfect and rich kurmas ever. It's so flaky, crunchy, crispy, everything in one. Just how I like kurmas. So be sure to check out the recipe and show some love to my aunt in the comments below. Tell me how you make your kurma. Tell me how you like your kurmas. If you like harder, crispier kurmas, like more floury I should say, then you'll need to add less butter so it's not very rich and flaky. So leave me all your comments down below. If you like the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, go subscribe so you can see all the latest videos as soon as I post them. And go check out Matthew's channel. I will have everything listed in the description box below. Go subscribe to Matthew so you can see all his Guyanese dishes. So until I see you guys again in my next video, bye, and happy Diwali to everyone celebrating.